Welcome to my channel. My name is Luna Affinity and I'm an energy reader and channeler. Sit back, get cozy, and get ready for some readings. Hello. Naija, thank you for the donation. You are first on my list, hun. We are going to kick this thing off with some free reads per usual. Yes. Thank you. I got back on camera 2 nights ago. I'm going to say it was. Yeah. We are doing spicy readings again tonight. A couple of you came in last night and asked if I was going to be doing them again this weekend, and I am. Here I am. So really quickly, just to kind of tell you what we've got tonight, I have made 2 oracle decks myself. There's 120 cards total here, like basically 60 messages per deck. And if you would like the spicy details deck where I have specific details, maybe you want to know what your person likes, dislikes, what's their turn-ons, what have they thought about when it comes to you, like what fantasies have they had. This is a really good deck. This is going to be $10 for 10 cards plus the underlying energy. And then we have a little bit spicier first person messages. So there's 60 messages in here with personalized first person messages that your person may want to tell you, maybe thinking about you. It's a little bit spicier because it's more detailed. This is $15 for 10 cards and an underlying energy. Now, if you like the idea of both decks and not really sure how to choose, you can get both mixed together. That would be $20. And I would get you 20 messages plus the underlying energies as well. So you could do a little bit of mix if that is something you wanted to do. We are going to kick this off with free yes no with the dowsing rods. Getting back into my other tools of divination. Naija, I am doing well, thank you. Oh, gotta support the channel. Did you guys see that I'm at 1K? Finally. I hit 1K a couple hours ago. I'm so excited. All right, so let's ask a question for Amy. All right, Amy says, does Jacob ever miss me intimately deep down, even if he tries not to think of this? Does Jacob ever miss me intimately deep down, even though he tries? Amy, that is a yes. That is a yes. You're the best, Naija. Thank you. Anthony Miller, welcome back. Anthony Miller says, oh, Anthony, I'm sorry. We're doing yes, no questions right now. Yes, no questions. Feel free to rephrase. Thank you, Naija. Yes, 1K. Woo woo. All right. Naija wants to know, do they move on to another candidate? Okay. All right, Spirit. Did the people that Naija is referring to, did they move on to another candidate? Please show me a yes or a no. Please show me a yes or a no for Naija. Ultimately, Naija, I believe that's a yes. There's still some hesitancy there, but it did cross over, so I do feel like that's a yes. Maybe this person kind of came out of nowhere. Maybe this was like an internal referral or something where they felt loyalty to someone that they work with to hire someone on or something like that. There's someone that jumped ahead of you there. So I am getting a yes. All right, let's see. All right, Anthony says, did my wife like the pic I just sent her? Did my wife like the pic I just sent her? I am getting a yes, Anthony. You're welcome, Naija. You're welcome, Anthony. All right, we have 6 minutes left of the free list, and we are moving on to donations. Today is a spicy stream brought to you by newly channeled Oracle decks that I made. This is the second day, but the third live stream I've done for spicy readings on camera. Usually those are emailed to you, but this one is being done live right in front of your face. So this is a rare event, and I don't know how long this will continue for. We'll have to see if you guys like this style. Yes, spicy is a lot of fun. Last night, the messages that were popping out of this deck were... If you've never had a spicy reading from me before, today is the day. Sarah, yes. Yes or no is free for about 3 more minutes. Naija, if you want to get your questions prepped, feel free to do that. Oh, my lights are going crazy. Will Sarah's person reach out to her? Please show me a yes or a no. Will Sarah's person reach out to her? Sarah, we have an inconclusive. When the rods move together parallel, it's a maybe. I think I'm getting a small yes. A little tiny crossover. So I think I can safely say most likely, maybe most likely. Yes, Amy, I still have them right here. Really quickly, I'll go over the pricing again. These two new decks, I have Spicy First Person, and then I have Spicy Details. The Spicy Details is 1 or 2 word detail information on each card. You can ask, what does your person think about you, and they're fantasizing? What are their turn-ons? What are their turn-offs, if you even wanted to ask that? What are they, what do they like about you, or what do they think about, like basically spicy stuff, right? And then we have first person messages, where it's like full sentences usually of like what someone would say to you directly. Now, this deck right here, the Spicy Details, is $10 for 10 cards plus underlying energy. First person messages is 15 for 10 cards and underlying energy, and actually that's $5 less than what I normally charge for first person. If you can't really choose between the two decks, you want a mix of both, it's $20. Yeah, of course, Amy, you can donate. Let me know if you have any questions about the pricing. All right. Jeez, that's a lot of interviews. That's how I feel about California Psychics. I had 3 sample readings, an extensive application, an extensive questionnaire. I had to sign a contract. I had to take a portrait for them. I had to fill out a W-2 tax form, as well as submit like direct deposit information. Like, I mean, when I tell you the extensive and I had to take courses. I had to pass all 10 courses of their onboarding with 100% accuracy. I had to self-teach myself and then take their tests and pass with 100%. Like a lot of stuff, right? And then now it's just waiting. Now, after all of that, they're like, you're in our activation queue. We'll let you know when we have something available for you. I'm like, after all of that I went through, like, now I'm just waiting. That's what it feels like kind of what you're going through. Ugh, I know. But you know what? It'll come when it's supposed to, or it won't. I'm really not stressing it. All right, what happened here, please, Spirit? What happened to the position? What happened to the position? What happened to the position? Amy, when you donate, let me know and I'll confirm it for you, okay? What happened to the position? What happened to the position? Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot to put you through. The fact that they actually haven't even gotten back to you either and are like, oh, we went like another route. An interesting message when I was shuffling was that um I something is telling me intuitively that the position that you were applying for, there's only one position available to fill. But when I was shuffling, there was like a message of like this isn't what it looks like. There's another opportunity, or this is they're trying to fill a different position. Um Something like that. And then I got a card, time for healing and luck is on your side. Um and they're both like almost like waxing crescents in a way. It's what they look like. So to me, I feel like the energy is gaining momentum. It just hasn't, it's not like you're not seeing it. You're not seeing it right now. Yeah, you did your best. I don't want to say they went in another direction, but I'm confused here with the Emperor and the Two of Wands because that's kind of showing me like the person in authority was like deciding amongst the candidates and decided to just do something completely different or say this isn't what I was looking for, let me see if I can cast a wider net and see if something else comes through. I feel like this decision, the way that this person is handling this isn't the best. They think that they're handling this the best way, but I feel like it's actually an ignorant move because I feel like it's going to backfire on them. That's okay, Amy. I asked if they're going to like, hey, Alphonse, I asked if they were going to like, I guess, choose you or reconnect with you, and I got a no. I hope I'm wrong. Um, but I almost feel like this person was like looking for something very specific, and it's like if they're being very picky about the person that they plan to hire. Yeah, I'm getting a no. I this is what I think though. Like I think that this person's making an unwise decision by trying to cast a wider net and see if that they can get exactly what it is they're looking for because it's going to backfire. Then they're going to go back through the candidates that were at the top, which you were towards the top of their um, candidates, because I can see that here with the world coming out first. Basically, like you were like pretty perfect. Um, but I feel almost though like these people are gonna go, okay, well, nothing happened there. So let me go back to these other people who we were planning on hiring, go down the list. And all these people are gonna be like, I'm sorry, like I accepted another position. Like you should have got back to me when you put me through all of that. So I just feel like they kind of made the wrong move here. Now, I do have the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles at the end of the reading. And this indicates you sitting pretty, right? This indicates you sitting pretty. And the fact that luck is on your side, like maybe what's going to happen is that if you, okay, I did get a no, they probably won't reconnect with you. But let's just say, devil's advocate, there's a reason why the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles is here, right? There's a reason why I picked luck is on your side. So I'm wondering if maybe when they come back around, that will give you a better standing to negotiate. Because at that point, they're going to be desperate. And you can renegotiate your terms that they will have to agree with. Maybe this sets you up for better recovery. Maybe this sets you up for a better like outcome or something along those lines. By the way, will the spicy weekend reads be more on the regular schedule? So, Amy, they are actually. I do spicy readings every weekend. If I don't, it's just because I had something planned that I needed to be available for. Like 2 weeks ago, I had family coming in from out of town, but spicy reads are available every single weekend. Um, so yeah. Do you mean like on camera? Is that what you're asking? There you go. I definitely think negotiating your PTO is like really, really important. I don't think as a whole any of us get enough PTO personally. That's my opinion. All right, so we have Quarty who donated. Quarty, you'll be next after Niasia, my friends. Yeah, Amy. So I'm gonna try to be on camera like as much as possible moving forward. I can't guarantee it's gonna happen every time, but I fortunately, even over the last 3 days, have been able to dedicate being on camera every time. Really quickly, backstory, my office is being used as a storage space for my wedding stuff, and it got really cluttered in here to the point where I couldn't even walk in here. We finally got organized after months, and that's why I'm able to work in here now. I can't guarantee that it's not going to get crazy in here before the wedding. I might have to get off camera like 2 or 3 weeks before again, but I'll be back, I promise. But I do plan on the spicy reads being every weekend though. James Helen, welcome in. Thank you for the donation. You will be after Quarty, so there's 2 people ahead of you. So yeah, Naisha, I definitely agree with that. I really hope that it does what I think it's going to do and backfire, and then you can renegotiate your terms. Because maybe it wasn't like potentially as good as what you thought it could be. And because you had put your all into this and you had done these multiple interviews, you're thinking to yourself, well, I might as well see what happens and stick it out. Maybe it wasn't 100% ideal for you, and maybe this will give you a better setup to get more of what you're looking for. All right, let's take a look here. Amy, I know that you said earlier that you were going to donate. I haven't received anything yet. I just wanted to let you know that we already have 2 people after Niasia, so I didn't want you to have to wait too long. Thank you. It's been fun. It really has been stressful honestly, but you know what, like if money wasn't an issue, it would be the funnest time of my life, so I can't really complain. I think it's more the potential of like still having to live life, you know, at the same time as you're doing this. It's just you can't put anything on hold, you know. I will type out the donation list in the order as soon as I'm done with Niasia's reading. But we have Niasia, who I'm working with right now. Then we have Quarty, and then we have James. I'm sorry, Niasia. I honestly hate interviewing so much. Oh my gosh. I'm with you on that. I will do anything to avoid an interview, I swear to God. I didn't mind the interviews with Cal Psych, but that's only because they were readings. They were like reading style interviews because they wanted to see my talent. And I had to pass through stages like freaking American Idol. I made make it through different rounds. And then once I got through the 3rd round, they gave me the offer. It was crazy. It was pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie. It was very extensive, and like I can completely resonate with you saying you don't like interviews just because you've been through so many of them. It is awkward. It's like horrible questions. You can't really get to know somebody through an interview. I think it's mostly preliminary, if I'm honest. I actually thought about working for a staffing company because I like want to know what it's like to be on the other side. I worked like HR, I've been a part of the hiring process. So I considered doing like the staffing side of things, but just to make it less awkward for people because I hate interviews. Amy, I met my person through OkCupid back in 2015. My sister convinced me to join a dating app. It was still pretty taboo back then. And I did. And then my sister actually picked him out as well. And so I wouldn't have the life that I live if it wasn't for my sister. Sometimes manifestations come through other people. Yeah, he thought I was a robot. He thought I was one of those like scamming profiles. Yeah, he did. He came to me at the right time, for sure. I had finally let go of a situation. I finally gave up on something that wasn't working. And he came to me like a month later through my sister. Through my sister's like decisions, not like she knew him, but all right. So we're all shuffled for Niasia. Would it be better to work for Kim or Sarah? Let's do two different decks here. How would it go if she works for Kim, please? How would it go if she works for Kim? How would it go if she works for Kim? How would it go if she works for Kim? Yeah, I feel like he was like hand delivered to me, honestly. I feel like he's exactly what I was like looking for. How would it go if she works for Kim? I love sharing our story. I would love to like have him come on here and us do like a camera live stream where we just like ask questions and or get questions asked and we answer them together. I think that would be fun because a lot of you guys kind of know him, you know, indirectly. Aw, thank you. Yeah, maybe when I get to like that point where I want to do that, I'll have you guys submit some questions and we can do like a little video. How would it be if Niasia worked for Sarah? How would it be if Niasia worked for Sarah? What would it be if Niasia worked for Sarah? I miss my nails, y'all. I need to at least paint them so I feel a little bit like me again. All right. So Niasia, these actually energetically, these feel very similar, but I will say there's distinct details that make me feel like it's a completely different like work style. So for Kim, yeah, that's cute that you feel like you know him. Yeah, I'm probably gonna paint mine soon. So for Kim, I am getting that this person really understands what it's like to live a work-life balance. So I feel like they're the type of like employer or manager or supervisor or whoever they are, whatever their position is, the type of superior or authority figure that if you had to call out due to a family emergency, they're not going to give you a hard time about it. They want you to have what it is that you need, as far as like taking care of yourself personally and mentally. They care about your well-being. Um, they want to give you adequate time for rest. If you say, look, I just need a mental health day, which by the way, that should be a thing. That should be a thing. Like if you just need a day to not work, that should absolutely be a thing. Um, but if you just need a mental health day, she's not gonna like push you further to explain yourself or get a doctor's note or anything like that. I do feel like you're gonna feel pretty restricted. It should be a thing. Feel pretty restricted as far as like growth goes. So I don't think you're gonna really see much here as far as like, I don't know, potential promotions or like significant raises or anything like that. Do you enjoy the job? I think you do. I think you do like it. I think it's a good job for you. I don't think it's anything spectacular, which is why I said the energies are kind of the same, but the work style is very different. Whereas I don't feel like you have someone hovering over you, checking in on you. As long as you get your shit done, like there's not really much questioning, very like macro managed style with Kim. With Sarah, I feel like you're working a lot. I feel like there's like hardly any breaks here. With the dedication is something that you're proud of at this position, but I see like conflict. So this could be internal conflict where people don't get along well, and that can like seep into your personal energy bubble. But I also feel like it's a place where you're just like, I honestly don't know how long I'm gonna be able to do this. Like I feel like you're sitting here going with the Sarah situation, like with here, you might be okay, you might be content for a little while with this job, with Sarah, or the position. Maybe it's the same company but under a different person. I just feel like it's not exactly like aligning with you very well. I think that you're proud of it. I think you're like, I can do this job well and I'm appreciated, but I see you working very hard. They might maybe once you get in there ask you to work more than they originally said. They might ask you to work overtime. I'm not quite sure. Um, I feel like you're giving a lot of yourself to this Sarah position. Whereas with Kim, there's definitely more of like a work-life balance. So would it be better? I guess it depends on what you're looking for. I guess there's potential here to make more money, but you are working yourself a lot harder. So you'd have to make that decision for yourself. I feel like this Kim situation seems to be more understanding, on like personal matters, whereas this job is kind of like, I don't really care what you've got going on. You need to figure it out yourself. There's less support here on this side of things. There could also be some like petty internal drama amongst people where you kind of just want to stay out of it. So maybe stick with the work-life balance then, if that's kind of what sounds better to you. Naisha, does that answer all your questions, or is there something I can clarify for you? Oh my God, I know. And the thing is like the sooner you can get qualified for a house, the better. Because the way the fucking world is going, it's insane. I think there's gonna be some kind of like revolution. Something tells me something crazy is gonna happen, or like maybe credit cards won't be a thing anymore. Income tax won't be a thing anymore. I think people are going to get to the point where they're like, we can't afford to put food on our table, and this is not okay. I think things are going to get real crazy. Real crazy. So secure that house as soon as you can is my best advice. Obviously, you know that, but whenever you can. I support it. All right. So gonna get real for sure. I feel like you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Like there's this uprising like feeling that's going through everybody. I see it like very much over on TikTok because it's like almost like an uncensored platform. Definitely feeling it throughout the collective for sure. Yeah, I did, Amy. I was like, oh, surprise. And then that made me laugh too because I saw someone say, well, the government said it's real, so now I don't believe in it. And I was like, that's the truest thing ever. Anything the government says, but this isn't a political channel, but that's how I feel over here. I'm just like, obviously aliens are real. You think we didn't know that? Thanks again. I'll see you soon. Have a great night. You're in the age of Aquarius the next few years. For sure. Yeah, I think a lot of progressiveness is going to happen. A lot of changes are going to happen. A lot of system dissembling is going to happen. Things are going to change for sure. We're all going to strap up our boots and make things happen. But you're so welcome, Nasia. It was a pleasure, as always, to read for you. You are an MVP on this channel. I hope you got some benefit out of your readings with me, and I wish you a lot of luck on your employee career, job search journey. Where people are like, okay, yeah, we know government like lower cost of living. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't distract us with anything yet. Do you know what we've lived through? Like, you can literally tell me that Godzilla is real, and I'll be like, that's fine, but like, can you help me with getting food on my table? Like, who cares? Mystic, hello and welcome in. Thank you for the donation. Let me really quickly update the donation list, and then we're gonna move on to QWERTY. Thank you so much. Okay, QWERTY is here, so let me put the donations. Like, it's crazy out here. You guys are awesome. All right, so I went ahead and posted all of the donations that I've gotten so far. And we're gonna roll through these readings a little bit more because I don't want to get too behind, even though I love talking to y'all about this kind of stuff. And just a heads up for you guys, I typically will delete my spicy live streams. If it doesn't happen, it's just because I just decided not to do it. But most likely I will be deleting this live stream in the near future, not necessarily tonight. But if you want to keep a recording of your own records, I definitely recommend screen recording them. I will leave them up for as long as I can to let you guys get, you know, your screenshots or whatever. But the thing is that sometimes YouTube restricts these types of readings, so I don't want any conflict with them. So I typically will delete them. So it's just forewarning you guys. Oh, Amy. Adios, Naisha. Have a great night for sure. Made me cackle. Yeah. It's true. Oh, Amy, I'm sorry, girl. It's tough when those things happen. All right. So, QWERTY. I see that your person is R. Am I allowed to say their whole name? And I see, QWERTY, we're doing first person channeled messages as well. Is that also correct? You can confirm that for me, please. Perfect. All right. Messages from Ryan, please. Messages from Ryan to QWERTY. Messages from Ryan. All right, what do you want to say, Ryan? What do you want to say? Okay, let me zoom in a little bit here. He's saying, your wish is my command. I want to watch you touch yourself. Messages from Ryan, please. Wow, it's getting spicy up in here. We have, if you can't see, we have a bite me. Lie down while I run my mouth over your body. Messages from Ryan to QWERTY, please. Yeah, it's the little things that I'll get to for sure. Messages from Ryan, please. What does he want to say? What does he want to say? Be my escape. I'm hearing like be my escape and dominate me. What does he want to say? Wake me up with your sex. He's a little like authoritative, you know. He's in charge. I'm in love with how you taste. And he's saying, all eyes on me, focus on me. I don't think he wants to share you. I'm kind of getting he doesn't want to share you with anyone. Messages from Ryan, please. Lie down and don't make a sound. All right. I feel like you guys need to judge like this spiciness on the scale from 1 to 10 because I feel like we're getting there here. Messages from Ryan, please. Messages from Ryan. Send me a sexy picture of you. And at the bottom of the deck, I can't wait to feel you inside. If only y'all could see my face right now. So that is what I've got for you. QWERTY, let me know if you have any questions. I don't think there's any questions to be had there. I think that's pretty straightforward. I feel like your person's pretty, what is the word? Authoritative, like in control, like that dominating type of thing. I think he likes the idea of you being like his and only his. He doesn't want to share you. It's like the idea of sharing you with anyone else. Yeah, Amy, that's fine. I can work with you on that for sure. You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed your reading with me. All right. Next up, we have James. Hot damn, that was spicy. All right, James. James, which reading option did you want as far as these 6 cards? Did you want like the, oh my goodness, what am I saying? Do you want like the original one that I used to do, like your intentions, their intentions, your feelings, their feelings, underlying energy, that kind of thing? Or did you want the one where I really focus on like their thoughts specifically? Which one did you want? The new one. Okay, perfect. All right. Amy, I got your donation. You'll be after Mystic, okay? I realized this was so far zoomed out. Hold on. So James, I will say I'm not crazy about this spread. It's not completely hopeless, but it does feel like, I don't know, it feels like disappointment, honestly. Like that's kind of what I'm getting here. Um, all right, so the first card out we have is the Judgment card, and this is in regards to the kind of like what impressions you're getting or what they're showing you or giving to this connection. And we have the Judgment card. This is pretty it's not bad. It's not a bad card to have. Usually when someone is like showing you something or giving you an impression or something along those lines, is like you can still have hope here with the Judgment card. I see the red cross always as like a card of healing. So maybe what she's giving to this connection or what impression she's giving is that she is trying to work through personal issues. And the overall energy of the Judgment card is like allowing forgiveness, allowing space, absolving any past hurt, guilt, shame, or regret, and paying respect to those experiences, but overall restarting over. The Judgment card is like a rebirth or a renewal, so to speak. It's like life after death. So this kind of makes me feel like she's gone through a really hard time. You have gone through a really hard time, but there is this sense of hope within this card because it does mean essentially starting over. As far as her thoughts, we have the Three of Swords. I am getting, James, that she's pretty depressed, honestly. Um, she could be going and grieving through some kind of issue that she's had. Her thoughts towards you right now are separation. She feels separation very deeply when it comes to you. Her intentions is the Empress. So this is another good card as far as like hope, because she still wants to grow with you. A great intention card for this position would be the Empress, or the Seven of Pentacles, or the Four of Wands. Essentially, any kind of card that shows that she wants to expand further upon this, like the Three of Wands, that she wants to continue to maintain this relationship and grow the relationship. That is the Empress. So threes signifies expansiveness. This can also indicate wanting to start a family or wanting to have a family with you. So I feel like that's a good sign with the Empress card being in the intentions position. Let's see. Yeah, like her thoughts and feelings are just very defeated. I personally am like, when I see swords, as far as like thoughts and feelings, it makes me feel like things that feel very sharp, very raw, very exposed. And I don't feel like she really wants to show you her hand right now. And I guess because there is that underlying hope here, it's okay if you hold out for this person. But as far as like logical steps forward, what comes next, I do need you to be prepared that this is an overall energy of like dissatisfaction or disappointment. And that can be probably confusing because you're probably thinking to yourself, well, if she's considering me as a potential partner, or she feels we're compatible, or she does have feelings for me and she thinks we're a good match, like what's stopping her? But sometimes our feelings for someone isn't enough. Sometimes our own shit, like our own issues, can really get in the way of a connection, and we really have to work through it by ourselves first. So they're not mutually exclusive. It's not like she can't have good thoughts towards you, good feelings towards you, and also feel like shit at the same time. They're two things can be true at once, right? So as far as, are there any outside influences and blocks, I am getting a no right now. I don't think there's anything outside of herself that's stopping this connection necessarily. I think if anything, she's just really trying to think through things and not rush into things the way maybe she used to. Overall energy we have is the Seven of Swords. So she is wearing a mask here. She's not letting you get very close to her right now for whatever reason. She is still trying to be very reserved and keep herself at a distance, or keep things private. Maybe she doesn't feel necessarily ready to let you in just yet. That's why I want to break it down individually, because I want you to know specifically what I'm picking up. But that's why I said there's like an overall energy of disappointment or dissatisfaction, because I don't think it's necessarily what you would like to hear. So yeah, that's what I have for the 6 card right now. But energy check-ins are always good. It's always good to come in here and see if anything has changed at all. I am ready for your mini question, if you know what that is. After James, we have Mystic. I'm going to ask the rods, James, and then I'm going to confirm with tarot, okay? I'm just curious. Yes, and then Amy. All right. Well, let me get more centered here. So, James, I don't know if you've seen the rods before, but these are another tool divination like the pendulum. And it's different for everyone, but for me, when I'm connecting with spirit, when the rods cross, it's a yes. When they move apart, it's a no. And when they stay straight, it's there's no answer at this time. And when they move parallel, but they never cross or move away from each other, they kind of swing back and forth, it's a maybe. All right. So James says, will the union of Patty and I as boyfriend and girlfriend happen? Will the union of Patty and I as boyfriend and girlfriend happen? Please show me a yes or a no for James. James, I am getting a yes for you. I am getting a yes. So essentially the way that they work is you hold them and you try to stay as still as you possibly can. Sometimes people can see my shadow. You'll see that I do not move my hands, and I will ask, and essentially it's just a very delicate balance. And I don't look at the rods. I just usually close my eyes or I look at the screen and let spirit gently move the rods. Will the union of Patty and James as boyfriend and girlfriend happen? I am getting a yes again. So let's take a look at the cards. That was going to give you a heart attack. It's so funny. A lot of times people, when they get the dowsing rods, when they watch it, they can feel the energy through the screen. It's really kind of cool to watch people use them. I'm really excited that I got them. They actually are used as a tool to find water underground as well, or find a lost item as well. That was so suspenseful. Oh my goodness. James, this is the first time you're seeing me on camera. Will the union of Patty and James as boyfriend and girlfriend happen? Please give me some more information, Spirit. Please give me some more information. Okay, so they're showing me that we need deep spiritual, personal transformations here. The death card being in the center of the reading is making me feel like something really huge has to happen first. I feel like we kind of already knew that. I think that's something that I've kind of already mentioned to you before. Well, welcome to my camera stream. This is how I used to do it all the time. I've been reading professionally for over 3 years, and I started on YouTube in 2020. So if you scroll all the way back, you'll see I always was on camera. Recently, it was just because I got a lot of stuff going on in my life, so I wasn't able to get into my office, but I'm here now, and it's nice to see you on camera. Okay, so as we mentioned before, this potential for you guys to be in a relationship is very high. The death card just indicates to me that a huge transformation needs to happen before a foundation can be built. The death card talks about spiritual transformation, self-development, new beginnings, transitioning, or transforming, purging the past, which is kind of what the judgment card was talking about, and cleansing so that you can move over into the future. I feel like she has a hard time releasing and letting go. She likes to keep things very stuck in her body. I don't know if you've ever done energy work on her, but something tells me if you have, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't or haven't, you probably sense it. 1 + 3 is 4. 4 talks about foundation. So this card literally breaks down into talking about the 4 pillars or 4 corners of a foundation before it's built. Hey Amy, welcome back. So to me, I feel like it's a matter of her getting confidence. It's a matter of her cleansing and purging and releasing before this love can come in. They are indicating that you will overcome this hardship. I have trust in it, honestly. I think something that you have to tell yourself is like, my past experiences do not dictate future outcomes. My experience can change at any time. You have to reiterate that mantra. It's something I say to myself like every hour, like every single day, because a lot of times I find myself stuck in past mindsets. But just because it hasn't happened before means I tell this story to myself that just because it hasn't happened before, it means it's not going to happen. And that's not true. Your experience can change in any moment, at any time. Anything can happen. So we can't sit here and put ourselves in this mindset of, because it hasn't happened, I'm going to tell myself to believe that story, because that's not necessarily true. You, James, as an individual, can make decisions on whether or not you distance yourself from this person and give them space and let them do their own thing and be open to other opportunities. But that's your choice. But you don't necessarily have to completely give up and walk away either, especially if you feel something strongly, innately, intuitively telling you to just give it some time. Then I think that's something you also have to listen to. Oh my gosh, Mystic, I think I've been on mute this whole time. I'm so sorry. I was asking if you were wanting a spicy first person reading. Because what you donated for, I assume you want the spicy first person, but there's a couple other options in my menu that total $15. So I just wanted to make sure that we're doing the $15 spicy rating for you. Perfect. All right. Did you want to give me an initial or a name or a sun sign? Or are you asking for like a specific person, or are you looking for just messages from your future boo? Or are you looking for someone in particular? From Frankie. All right. Just keep in mind that this live stream will most likely be deleted, okay? So screen record, screenshot, whatever you want to do here is what I recommend. I'm not going to delete it right afterwards or anything. You'll have a day or two, most likely. But just if you want to keep this for your own records at any point, I definitely recommend saving it somehow. All right, so messages from Frankie for Mystic. Messages from Frankie. What do you want to tell her? Frankie, what do you want to tell her? Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys have been intimate before, but he's thinking about the way that you sound. And if you have, he's saying he loves hearing you. And I just saw 11111 on my computer just now. So he's thinking about it. He's saying, send me a sexy picture of you. Messages from Frankie to Mystic. Whew. Choke me while you fuck me. Pleasuring you is all I want to do. I feel like he likes like that hot and heavy, like kind of aggressive type of, you know, like sexual encounter. Like I feel like he really wants it to be like hot and heavy and like passionate and like just do whatever you want. I don't care if you like bite my skin off. Just tell me you want me. I'm all yours. Messages from Frankie, please. Messages from Frankie. Messages from Frankie. Girl, get down on your knees and taste me. Yeah, he's definitely thinking about you for sure. Like, there's been a lot of times where he's been alone and he's thought about you. I can really pick that up for sure right now. I feel like he's definitely fantasized about you for sure. Messages from Frankie to Mystic, please. Messages from Frankie to Mystic. What does he want to say to her? I want to go deeper. Like, that also was like, it was like sexual, but it was also like mental. I feel when I picked up that card, it was like he wants to get to know you better. Like, he wants to get on like a deeper like emotional connection with you too. It feels like he wants to like know, not superficial stuff. Oh my God. I had to make sure that was just one card. Tell me where to lick. All right, in the underlying energy, he's like very much sexually attracted to you. He says you turn me on so much. Oh my God, no. Just a little bit of light choking, you know? Just a little bit of tell me how much you want me kind of thing. Not the choking while you smash me. Oh my God. All right, so that's your underlying energy. Let me zoom out just a little bit in case you want to take a screenshot. Oh, I zoomed out a lot. Hold on. Nope, that's not it. Give me a second, guys. I'll just zoom out. All right, so that is what I've got for you. Corpse husband. Mystic, thank you so much for your donation. I really hope you enjoyed your reading with me. You're welcome, Mystic. I love the sweating head emoji. I love it. Hopefully we see you back for more. All right, next up we have Amy. Amy, would you like the Hidden Truth deck volume 1 and 2 mixed together, or would you like my personally channeled deck for your messages? You're very welcome, guys. Y'all, I'm so excited that we hit 1K. Like, to me, that is it's so crazy, but it's like such a dream, you know? Like, I just feel like I haven't put as much. I put a lot into this channel, don't get me wrong, but I don't go hard in the paint like, you know, some streamers do on here. And this has like been a long time coming, and I just feel so blessed to actually see that here. I'm just so grateful. Messages from Jacob and go for what you feel you should do. Let's go with Hidden Truth. We'll go with Hidden Truth. And since it's only 3 cards, and then if I feel called, I might pull 1 or 2 for my own, just for the sake of it. All right. Messages from Jacob for Amy, please. Messages from Jacob. Messages from Jacob. What does he want to say to her? I can't reach out. Messages from Jacob. You didn't see my tears. Oh my goodness. Messages from Jacob, please. I know I was a distraction from your pain. At the bottom of the deck, we both know I'm not the one for you. Let's pull a couple from mine, just for the sake of rounding out the reading for you. Messages from Jacob, please. Messages from Jacob. He's saying, you get me? Like maybe you know him more, or sorry, you know him better than other people do. It's possible that he misses that aspect of your connection for sure. Just that closeness that you guys used to share and whatnot. Messages from, I know the last card. I feel like he's not fully over it. I feel like that's something he wants you to know. He's trying to be, but you left a dent there, on his heart, I feel, is something I hear him saying. Messages from Jacob. Messages from Jacob. Woo. Ooh, whoa. Okay, we have, this is on me, not you. Now, I don't feel he's accepting responsibility per se. I feel like it's more, this was his decision. He's saying this decision was mine. I know it wasn't your decision, and I know it's not what you wanted. This was my decision to make. And so I feel like that's what he's saying here. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I think it's actually very crazy that these are the cards that came out of the Hidden Truth deck, because I feel like that's extremely accurate for the situation that's going on right now. Yeah. Well, thank you for the donation, Amy. Yeah, it's tough. I heard a quote today on Love is Maligned, and someone said that when something bad is happening in your life, you can perceive that thing or a person to be a villain in your life. And the hardest part about dealing with a villain is that you realize yourself that you can't control everything. And when you can't control something or you feel powerless, it's the worst pain. And that resonated for me, because anytime that I've ever felt like I can't control what someone does, or I can't control how someone reacts, or I can't control the way something is happening in my life, and I feel powerless, it is very difficult. It's the worst pain that you can have, because there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about changing your circumstance. There's only so much control you have over the situation. And that was a pretty profound thing. Like, I don't know if it made an impact on someone else that may have watched the show, but for me, that was a big deal. For him to say, like, the hardest pain you'll ever go through is when you're dealing with situations that you can't control. You can't control death, you know? You cannot control if someone breaks up with you. You cannot control if, you know, your child has disabilities, or if your marriage falls apart, you know, like if someone loses feelings for you, or if someone doesn't want to make an effort. Like, every single thing that you can't control, whether that be making money, if you feel like you can't make enough money, like, you know, you can only do but so much to help yourself, but the things that are out of your control tell you it just symbolizes pain, and it symbolizes discomfort, and it's really hard. Oh, he did. Okay, like donate tonight, Amy, or another day? Yeah, it's difficult because when someone tanks your confidence, it's hard to restore those, because you start to look at that person differently. That person that made you feel less confident, you start to look at them differently. You start to think, okay, what are they thinking now? What do they believe about me now? What do they see in me now? And if they could feel those things, or think those things, or say those things, what's going to stop them from continuing to think or feel or say those things? And even if they don't anymore, can that change in an instant? And that's really hard to come back from. Amy, if you do plan on donating, I just recommend doing it soon, because it's almost 1 o'clock where I am, and I'm probably going to be signing off in like the next 15-20 minutes. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we can mix it up for you, for sure. Yeah, we'll do a mix. We'll do, okay, I got it. All right, so we're doing a mix. We'll start with this one this time. All right, messages from Jacob, please. Messages from Jacob. Messages from Jacob. What does he want to say? What does he want to say? It feels like the ball is in your court. So maybe for him, he feels like this is up to you to make up for it. It's the only thing I can assume off of that card is that he feels like this isn't up to him to correct. Maybe he's looking for, I feel like, you got to give him his space, but at the same time, maybe he feels like this was up to you to correct or something. Again, really, the way relationships fall apart, there are two parties. It's not always one person to blame, but maybe he feels like this is majority, like your responsibility or something. Let's see. And I think for you, you probably feel like the ball is in his court. Honestly, you feel like it's up to him. Like if he wants to come back, then he has to let you know because you want to respect his space. So that can be hard. He says, I worry we've missed our chance. Yeah. Messages from Jacob, please. Messages from Jacob. Messages from Jacob. All right. He says, I am trying to move on. There's something here about him feeling that it's hard for him to be vulnerable with you right now. It's hard for him to feel vulnerable. Messages from Jacob. I left before you could leave me. Wow, that's powerful. Messages from Jacob. Messages from Jacob. Again, you came closer than anyone. So he keeps talking about how maybe he trusted you and he let you in and you were the closest thing to him ever. I see life differently now. And at the bottom of the deck, we have, I'm starting to understand our connection. A little peekaboo. I love you unconditionally. I feel like that's him kind of saying no matter what, I'm always going to love you. But I don't know if we can come back from this. He's saying that he's seeing things differently now. And that's kind of what I was saying in the last reading before, is that it's hard, or not the last reading, but in between the last reading, I was once you've said something or done something, it's very hard for him to look at you differently. To look at you how he used to. He sees things differently now. He's looking at you differently. He's looking at the connection differently. It's very hard. It's very hard to come back from that. So I think for him, it's just a matter of processing too all of this. I know he said he'd be okay if we were to get back together or reconnect way further down the line. Yeah, he just has to process this, You can't really put a timeline on healing. And, the fact that he says he's remaining open is a big deal. That's good. I'm glad. That makes me happy, Amy, because I feel like that means that you're doing a lot of inner work. For you to even say that is a big deal. And I love, love when I do readings for people and I like can see and like feel their growth, and I can see, you know, you're not as attached to the outcome. Of course, you want things to go beautifully. Of course, in a perfect world, you guys end up back together. But I can really sense that you're not like obsessed about the outcome. You're not attached to it. You're not desperate for something to happen. And that just shows the evolvement. That just shows the growth that you've had, you know, since I started doing readings for you. And I'm really proud of you. Yeah, and I think that that's important. All right, guys, so donations are open. Donations are open. This is the spicy stream. So we have first person channeled messages and we have specific details. We have $10, $15, and $20 options for spicy streams. Oh girl, he's not gonna forget you. You remember you left a dent on his heart. He's not gonna forget you. No. Like he is forever changed, you know. I think I'm gonna hang out until 1 o'clock. We are gonna do a last call. I'm gonna do a soft last call. And at 1 a.m., which is in 8 minutes, I'll be signing off. I hope it's for good despite the hurt I did for him. Yeah, I hope so too. I know that you want him to remember you fondly. You want him to remember you well. You don't want to be remembered for the one thing that you didn't do well, you know. You want to be remembered for all the other stuff, all the other good times. Some, unfortunately, defining life moments are made in the hardships. But I don't think he looks back and says, like, this is all she was to me. This one horrible thing that happened. Yeah, you know, we never have ill will, right? We never have bad intentions. We're typically not malicious people. We can do and say hurtful things. We can make hurtful decisions, but it doesn't mean that we ever wanted to hurt someone. It could be just because of everything that has happened between you guys that this happened. It could be because you still had some healing to do, therefore you weren't thinking straight. It could be that you weren't mature enough, so you were doing some more self-centered, inconsiderate things to hurt, and that hurt someone else indirectly. You know, we have to just learn from these things. We can't sit here and we have to forgive ourselves. And like Amy, you have to forgive yourself too. Like I know that you're probably waiting on his forgiveness, but you have to forgive yourself too, and take it as a lesson. That sounds great. You're very welcome. Absolutely. All right, guys, 5 more minutes and then I will be signing off for the night. I'm gonna go eat a little. I got African food today with my mom. Ooh, Amy, you're always eating like exotic things. It always sounds like you're eating things that are just so exciting. Good night. Enjoy your dinner. I love that. I love that you're well-rounded and well like immersed in other cultures. I keep seeing 111 or 1111 all day today. It's crazy. Like 11. I saw like 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds today on my screen. I've seen 1111 both. I'm pretty sure both times today. I saw 111 on my phone. One of my totals, I was like doing math. I was like adding things up, like budgeting, and I came to 111. Like that's just crazy. It's happened like 5 or 6 times today. I wonder what that means. Have a good night, Amy.